Okay, so 4 months, you had your cruise ship boyfriend.
Yeah, we met in the duty-free shop on the first day. He and I didn't work on land.
It was only love by the sea.
Yeah,
oh my God, you had a real Titanic romance.
Yeah. And then I shoved him off that door.
Oh my God, you said, get out of here. Go play music, you fucking idiot. So you left the cruise, so then you broke up because you left the cruise?
Yeah, well, he came to visit me in LA, and I didn't realize that he was kind of dim.
Okay.
He was British.
Okay.
And so I think that his accent confused me in such a way that I didn't realize how dumb he was.
Welcome to another episode of Why Won't You Date Me, a podcast where me, Nicole, Byer, was trying to figure out why I was so single, even though you could come in my hand and tell me it's a cotton ball. My guest today is an actress that you know from Wrecked, The Righteous Gemstones, and The Minx, and Cursed Friends Forever, a movie that you can see never because I don't think it streams anywhere. It was on Comedy Central, but you know, Comedy Central's having a nice time doing stuff. Anyway, it's Jessica Lowe.
Hi, Diva, yes.
Diva, how are you?
Oh, just fine, Diva.
Wait, you said you got a bad night of sleep, so you're not just fine. What happened?
Well, I think I sound extra husky. I'm a little under the weather. I don't know.
What kind of sick did you bring?
Well, I washed my hands. We should have a plexiglass, like a sneeze guard.
Wait, what kind of sick are you?
No, I thought it was allergies, but then I was sneezing.
That's allergies, isn't it?
Oh, but then it feels a little bit more. It might be like a summer cold.
Oh.
I will stay away from you, and I promise not to kiss you.
Okay. But that's part of the deal. I get kisses. Okay, so you were on the Second City cruise ship.
Yes.
Did y'all fuck?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is great. Okay, so I went from working in Amsterdam for 2.5 years.
Chicago?
Yeah, at Boom Chicago, where I had a very serious Dutch chef boyfriend.
Wait, how did you meet him?
He was friends with another one of the cast members. Biggest penis in the entire world.
That's what I've heard about the Dutch.
Shocking.
They could double Dutch their dicks.
Yeah, too much.
Too much.
It was too much.
You'll never hear me say that.
And then we broke up because I left. That's for my 20s. I wouldn't break up with a person. I would just move.
Okay.
So then I went straight from Amsterdam, basically stored some stuff, and then I went on the cruise ship. And there I had my cruise ship boyfriend.
How long were you on the ship?
4 months.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be like years.
No.
4 months is a solid time, though, to be on the high seas.
Yes. We sailed from Manhattan to the Caribbean. It was lovely. And my cruise ship boyfriend was the bassist in the party band.
What's a party band?
They're the people who have to, they're required to play a different, the Lido deck. They'll do, a Beatles night in the lounge.
You're acting like I've been on a cruise. What's the Lido deck?
I don't think it's
Jared Leto's deck?
One of the decks.
I think that's Leto. Oh, well.
Oh. They would have to do certain gigs on the cruise ship on various days.
Oh. But what's the Lido deck?
It's one of the decks. It's not like the top deck. It's like a one. I don't know. Oh God.
I've never been on a cruise ship. You couldn't pay me to get on a cruise.
They're pretty nar.
It's not for me.
At a certain point, there's a threshold where there's a certain number of sick people that they have to do silver service, meaning because everyone is so sloppy and gross when they're dishing their stuff onto their plates from the buffet that they're eating and then they're touching silverware. So then they make these poor people who work on the cruise ship, you have to have your hands cleaned by them when you enter. This is before COVID. And they would have to serve you. You're not allowed to serve yourself once a certain number of the sloppy little piggies put too many germs on the ladles and such.
Ew. I was in the Delta Lounge because I'm a diamond diva.
I know you are. I'm so jealous.
And I watched a man sneeze into the food and then turn around and walk away. And I was like, why didn't you save that sneeze for later? Why would you do that right into the food?
People are monsters.
They're disgusting. And I mean, there was a sneeze guard, but I don't know how much that's guarding.
Come on, man.
Wait, that's so wild. Too many. And then what? Like, you go to the nurse? Is there a cruise nurse?
Yeah, and there's a morgue on a cruise ship.
That I knew.
Yeah.
Which is wild. To just be floating around with dead bodies.
Oh, my
No,
God.
thank you. Ugh. Okay, so 4 months, you had your cruise ship boyfriend.
Yeah, we met in the duty-free shop on the first day.
You're like, I gotta get my cigarettes. I gotta get that shit.
No, I was looking at watches, and the guy, because it was my first day, and I didn't have like a name tag or anything.
Mhm.
And he was the guy who was working there. He was like, "What are you guys looking for?" And I was like, "Oh, we're not together." And then the guy goes, "You look like you are."
Wow.
But
Okay.
he and I didn't work on land.
It was only love by the sea.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you had a real Titanic romance.
Yeah. And then I shoved him off that door.
Oh my God. You said, get out of here. Go play music, you fucking idiot. Wait, I love that. So you left the cruise, so then you broke up because you left the cruise?
Yeah, well, he came to visit me in LA, and it didn't, like, I didn't realize that he was kind of dim.
Okay.
He was from Dorset, outside of Weymouth. He was British.
Okay.
And so I think that his accent confused me in such a way that I didn't realize how dumb he was.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to like dry his pants on a ceiling fan when it was on.
I'm so sorry. Walk me through that.
He
Was holding them up?
He was trying to like catch it to try to, and I was like, we can turn it off. I mean, I don't know how to help you, bro. He also designed his own tattoo, which was a demon, like a Mad Hatter demon, trying to pull his hat off, and all of like the hat was stuck to his head, and it was this big on the back of his back.
And it was tattooed? He designed it, and that was his tattoo?
Yeah.
He sounds like a catch. I like him a lot.
Like, the issue is he was a catch on a ship because the bar is so low.
Yes, and there's so few people, and people are dying and getting sick, and you needed someone who was strong and well.
And also the ratio of men to women is very different. So if I'm like a 7 on land, I'm like a 43 on a cruise ship.
Wow. Maybe I should get on a cruise ship. So when you came back to land, did you start dating, or were you single for a little bit?
I was single for a little bit. And then, I met people like through like improv classes and such. And then I did some online like apps and such.
Okay. How did the apps fare? Did you go on any wild dates?
It's grass is greener territory.
Sure.
And so it's very, very hard to keep my attention and keep up the person you're talking to's attention. Because there's infinite other options.
Yeah, you could just keep swiping. I'm being haunted. I've mentioned this before. I'm being haunted by a man I went on a date with. He sits on a very busy street by my house, outside, chain smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and like reading a paper. And I see him all the time. And it's so upsetting. And he's a little guy. So his feet are just dangling.
Oh, no. Does he do kicks?
He does. And there's nothing wrong with the little guy. But it's just, he's haunting me. He's like a little Teddy Graham sitting there.
Shit. Also, you can't let a guy know where you live unless it's like very official.
I didn't tell him where I lived. He just lived near me. I know where he lives.
Oh, shit.
And he sits outside his building, facing the street. Sometimes he'll have a guitar.
Wow.
It's wild.
Wow. And then there's no longer the courtship thing. Like, they can't pick you up. Because God help you if they know where you live.
No, you're not picking me up until date 3 at least.
And then you don't want to feel, at least I think I have pretty low self-esteem. So I didn't want them to feel like they had to pay for me. So that takes away like a certain, I don't know. On the first date, women try so much harder.
Yes.
So they should fucking pay, especially if it's like a coffee.
I think so. I did my hair. Yeah. I did makeup. I put on perfume. I am interesting.
Life is easier for you generally.
Yeah.
You will make more money. So why not just buy me that coffee?
How many coffee dates have you been on?
Probably, less than like drink dates.
Why do coffee?
So then you have an out. You can be like, oh, well, I have to leave at 3. I can meet you at 1. But also, I don't want to meet someone in broad daylight, actually, first.
Me either.
I want to be lit by one candle across a warehouse.
Yes. That's what I like. And I also like, you get like a drink or 2 in you. And then if you're having a good time, you're like, it's amplified. But if you're having a bad time, you're like, well, at least I have a cocktail.
Yeah, that's true.
At least I have a cosmopolitan, which is what I've been ordering.
Really?
I'm rewatching Sex and the City, and it's a good drink. It gets a bad rap. It's a very delicious, refreshing drink.
There's this pre-mixed Cosmo that they sell at every grocery store. It's called On the Rocks.
Oh.
And it's fantastic. You got to try it.
I love it. What's it called?
It's On the Rocks, and they have
On
a Cosmo.
the Rocks.
On the Rocks. Sponsor me.
Wait, so how did you meet your husband?
So we had interacted like on the periphery because we were both, I was on a sketch team at Improv Olympic.
Mm-hmm.
He was on a…
R.I.P.? That's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So sad. And he was on an improv team. And I always thought he was cute. And then just randomly, so I was shooting a show in Toronto and the Cubs won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been following each other for a little bit on Instagram. And I was so excited that the Cubs won. And I was so excited I bought the bottle of wine in the room, which I would never normally do.
Because it's very expensive.
It's so expensive. And so I was wasted, so excited for the Cubs. And he was also so excited for the Cubs. So we just, I was like, yeah, Cubs. And then we had like a international dance off. Like I sent him a video of me dancing and then he was dancing outside I.O.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took a year for him he was in a picture before a wedding. And we had been like just interacting a little bit, direct messaging. And he had his arm around a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, are you single or what? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, well, maybe we should grab a drink sometime.
Why were you so aggressive?
Because I thought he was flirting with me, but he was going on a date.
Else.
Yeah, to a wedding.
See. Okay.
So I made that first move.
I like that. And then where was your first date? Do you remember?
The Den, which was on Sunset. It's closing down.
Oh.
There's so many restaurants and bars in LA closing down.
It's getting bad. The tariffs, baby.
It's getting bad, baby.
Blame everything on the tariffs. I learned how to sew yesterday because I was like, oh no.
Oh my God, recession chic,
Truly.
mama.
I was like, I guess I'll learn how to do this.
That's incredible.
I made pants and I made a shirt.
What the fuck? Making pants sounds impossible.
No, it's actually really easy.
Can we go sewing together?
Yeah. I mean, it truly is. You just follow this, like to make a pattern, you just follow the seams of the pant and then add 5/8 of an inch to the border of it so you have it to sew.
Okay. And then you turn it inside out. And that's where the little seamy is?
Yeah.
Simi Valley?
Simi Valley, baby. I hate Simi Valley. And if you live in Simi Valley, God bless. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just not for me. It's not.
Yeah, it's far. It's hot. Sorry,
it's
Simi
so
Valley.
hot, Simi Valley.
Oh, Simi Valley.
So how long did you date? When did you decide to be exclusive? How long did that take?
I had to leave for the 3rd season of my show, Wrecked. And we had been on probably 10 dates.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like drunk and we were making out. And I was like, will you come visit me in Fiji? And he was like, yeah. And so that night I used Chase points and bought him a ticket. So we had made the plan for him to come visit me, and then I think that was it.
Did you even check the dates with him, or you just bought the ticket?
I just bought the ticket.
That's wild.
I was like, April sound good?
That's wild. That's very bold, and I feel like good advice for people: be bold.
Yeah,
and
use those points.
Use the points. Okay, so you go away, he comes to visit. Does the visit solidify the relationship? Are you like, oh, this is my person. I want to be with this person forever?
Yes. But I will say, leading up to that, it was really hard and I was questioning things because we had a 9-hour difference. I was in Fiji, he was in LA, and he couldn't understand why I wasn't always available. Like, we didn't even have cell service for the majority of, we were doing like 13-hour days.
And it's like on location, you're outside.
Yeah. And it felt a little needy. And so we had to have like a come to Jesus moment. I was like, I'm already stressed. I'm tired. I'm doing my best out here. I feel like I completely separate from my whole life. I'm not a human. I need you to just be supportive. And as much as I can give you, I'll give you. And that had to be like a real talk.
I mean, that's very assertive. And I think really great to be like, this is what I need from you. I need less and I need you to be supportive. I'm a type of person that's like, if I don't hear from you, you hate me and I'll die.
I mean, I think that's how he was.
And I fully empathize with that. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, if my boyfriend's not texting me back and it's a weekday between the hours of 9 and 5, that man is working. He's working a job. He has a 9 to 5. I have a weird schedule where like I'm busy for strange amounts of time and then not busy. And I just had to be like, yes, if I date somebody who has a real person job, I have to just be understanding that they are fucking working.
Yeah, totally. I think that I've had to sort of lean in his direction. Like, we both had to compromise a little bit because I'm much more likely to forget to say, coming home now. But he will always say, coming home now and stuff like that.
That's nice.
I know.
I'm always like, text me when you get home.
I'm like, I'm mysterious. Who knows where I am? I could be dead.
That's
Bye.
funny that you're like, I'm mysterious, but also married. You know the intimate parts of me, but you?
He knows nothing about me.
How long have you been married?
3 years. Is that true? Yes, 3
I don't
years.
know. This is your life.
3.5 years.
3.5 years. And how long did you date before getting married?
4.
So you've been together
7.5
years. That's a chunk of time. Would you say like the key to you guys having a good relationship is the communication?
Yes. And also just support. It's hard because we're both in the industry. And the industry is broken.
It is? But there's jobs aplenty.
Just kidding. I've never been busier. What's a job? So it is hard when it's slow because before like ending 2021, I was like, oh my God, I'm set. I could be a sugar mama forever. Like, this is incredible. And now I'm like, we're doing our taxes and I'm like, I am sorry. I can't be what I used to be.
I can't be what I used to be.
So he understands how difficult it is to just be facing rejection every day of your life. But it would be cool to have someone who had a 9 to 5 who is just like a stable person. Like, I feel like I'm one of those helium balloons at Ralph's. And my whole life I was like, I need a sandy weight.
A sandy weight.
So like I could bop around. But now we're just 2 helium balloons floating in the wind.
And I like that it's specifically a Ralph's brand helium balloon. And not Party City.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't make a special trip. I'm already in Ralph's.
Already here. I'm getting my groceries and I'm gonna get that balloon. Party City's closing.
Is it really?
Yes, the recession, girl.
Oh, no.
Joanne Fabrics is closing.
You know, all their stuff's from America.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
Nothing is made in America. We don't have the infrastructure.
I know. And it's so funny when they're like, buy American-made cars. I'm like, they're assembled here. Where do you think the parts come from?
Yeah.
I got an email the other day from my car dealership that was like, pre-tariff sale. And I was like, what are we doing?
Oh, my God.
It's going to get bad.
I know. It's going to get so bad. You need to get some more rental properties.
I know. I got to scoop them up here in LA. Wait, so you went on your honeymoon in Italy?
Yes.
How was that? Was it like romantic? Did you love it?
I fucking loved it. You've been to Italy.
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm. It's just great accent.
Yes, I have. I've had the pasta. I love Italy.
It was truly it was the best trip ever. And
did you use points?
Yes, mama. Yes, mama. And then we got Delta gift cards because I used to be a Delta Platinum diva. I've never been Diamond, baby, but I was Platinum.
Okay.
And we just flew in and out of Rome. And then I love a train. So we just took trains.
Ooh.
Naples, Florence. We went to on a boat to Ischia. The whole thing was insane.
How long were you there?
12 days.
Oh, that's lovely.
Where did you go in Italy?
I went to Rome. I think I went to Rome and then I don't know the city, but it was 2 hours outside of Rome to my friend's castle. She married into somebody who is maybe royalty or something. And the oldest lady becomes lady of the castle and has to live in the castle. And it was a straight up fucking castle. And she made this delicious pasta. She also at one point closed all the doors and started chain smoking. And I was like, I'm in heaven. Everyone was
I've never hotboxed a castle before.
Loved it. Had the best fucking time. I love Italy. And the men kept calling me spicy. And I was like, I simply don't know what that means. But I also was singing and dancing in the street. I was having a great time. I fucking love traveling.
Me too. It's the best.
People who don't like traveling, I'm suspicious of them.
For sure.
Why do you just want to stay here?
You have to feel small. You have to feel unimportant every once in a while.
And look at other buildings. All the buildings here are so homogenous, and I hate new builds. I hate them. I hate them so much. I hate that everyone, no offense, if you drive an SUV, I hate SUVs. I hate them. Everyone has an SUV. No one's driving fun cars anymore. They're discontinuing the Toyota Supra because it didn't sell well. And I'm like, where are the men with the cool fucking little cars?
Oh my God.
Where are they? Where are souped up little Civics? Why is car culture left?
I know. When we were traveling around Europe, we would just go on these old ass bridges.
Yes.
These old ass statues.
Yes.
I remember when we went in to see the David, it's just there's this long hallway and then he's so much bigger than you could possibly imagine.
He's so big.
America sucks, dude.
It's bad here. Every time I fly back, I'm like, ugh. But I do like it here.
Yes.
I'm not a person who's fuck
Please
America.
don't deport me.
I love it. Yeah, don't deport me, please. I was born here. Ah! Here's a question. Why do you buy your husband pies?
Okay. So this seems just a random question, but my husband, his favorite food in the world is pumpkin pie from Costco. And when we first started dating, we walked by, it was September, and they already had the pies out. And he goes, you know what? It's probably my favorite flavor in the world, but I only get it one time a year. And I was like, no, baby, you are an adult.
Yeah.
We can have this as much as possible. That first year, he ate 9 Costco pumpkin pies by himself. They're 5,300 calories each because they're 16-inch diameter.
Does he eat them in one sitting?
No, he'll have it for pre-workout. He'll have it for breakfast. He'll have it post-workout. He'll have it as a late night snack. He'll have it after lunch, and he loses weight. It's infuriating.
Well, is it because all he's eating is pie?
Yeah, basically. He can't even see anything else. He just has pie vision.
And how long does it take for him to get through these? Does he know he could freeze a pie and have it all year round?
At a certain point, he reaches his level where he can't have any more. I think he's got a pie zone, and he reaches it sooner and sooner every year. So we might be having diminishing returns with this guy.
Interesting. And I'm acting like I don't understand eating the same thing I ate lasagna every Friday for a year. I fucking love lasagna. Call me Garfield. I hate Mondays and I love lasagna.
Oh my, it's the textures. That, it's a perfect noodle with the creamy sauce. Ooh, let's go get
meat
lasagna.
Is very hearty.
It's 87 degrees right now.
I'll go get lasagna. I'll eat lasagna any old fucking time. Jessica, real quick, we have to take a break. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a gorgeous professional website for literally anything. Whether you're starting a business, trying to monetize your passion, or want to show off what you could do to the world, Squarespace has you covered. You just plug in what you're looking for, like I want to sell consulting sessions, or I want a website for my short films, or I want to host a member-only section for my feet vidges. And boom, you get a design idea, you get page layouts, and you get actual smart content to start with. Their Blueprint AI basically gives you a head start. It's super seamless to take payments and invoices and manage scheduling in one place. Like if you're offering a service, dating coaching, tarot readings, or custom breakup poems, Squarespace helps you look legit and get paid without a bunch of extra tools. So if you've been thinking about starting a website, this is your sign. Go to squarespace.com/dateme for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use code DATEME to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/dateme, and the code is DATEME. I love my friends who have cats. Those cats are their children, and there's nothing they're more obsessed with. That's why they feed them Smalls cat food. Smalls is protein-packed cat food made with real, preservative-free ingredients, stuff you'd actually recognize from your own fridge. And it gets delivered straight to your door. It's no surprise Cats.com named it their best overall cat food. One of my friends told me that her cat used to be a picky little diva, but now she hears the Smalls bag and she comes a-running. Plus her breath, is way better. Her poop, way less gross. Truly, it's a win for her cat, and that is a win for us all. What are you waiting for? Give your cat the food they deserve for a limited time only, because you are a Why Won't You Date Me listener. You can get 60% off your first Smalls order, plus free shipping by using my code DATEME. That's 60% off when you head to smalls.com and use promo code DATEME. Again, that's promo code DATEME for 60% off your first order, plus free shipping at smalls.com. And we're back! Jessica, tell me about a bad date you've been on that you feel comfortable talking about.
Let's see. I can think of a good date.
Oh, okay. Tell me about a good date. Yeah, it doesn't have to be bad. Tell me something good.
The craziest date I ever went on. I was so after I quit the agency,
yes,
I was taking classes at Groundlings, and there was one of those Red Bull Mini Coopers driving down Melrose, and I chased after it 2 blocks because we were on break, and they were like, I was like, "Can I please have a sugar-free Red Bull?" And they were like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Do you want a job?" Because they saw me run 2 blocks down, and I was like, "Yes." So then I was an SAT tutor and a Red Bull girl, and at one of the events, they had the Red Bull boy.
Ooh, the Red Bull boy.
And he would he drove the ATV, and he was like this guy from this surf family. Anyways, he was getting his pilot's license, and I was living in Echo Park, and he was in what's one of those it's like Manhattan Beach.
Okay.
So that's a far-ass distance.
That's very far.
He picked me up in his giant car. He drove to Echo Park. He drove us back to El Segundo. He took us over in a Cessna. He flew us over the bay.
You know so many things I don't. What's a Cessna?
It's like a little two-prop engine.
Oh, my
plane.
God.
And then we had really good margaritas. And then he drove me home, and we didn't even fuck. Can you believe it?
That's so nice.
I know. I was a real lady.
How many dates did you go on with him?
I think just 2. It wasn't, the mental part wasn't there. But all the
Did he stop flying around? He was like, we're going to stay not in the air today.
Yeah, I miss him. Just kidding.
If only I could go back in time, he was the one.
No, I'm just kidding.
When did you introduce your husband to your family?
Let's see. I think Thanksgiving, so it was almost a year in.
Okay.
But they're in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And my cousins live in Orange County, so
California.
So we all convened at my cousin's house, and he came for Thanksgiving.
Was that overwhelming for him? Because that's like a lot of family.
Oh, he loves that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he loves it.
How do you fare when you meet a bunch of people for the first time?
Terrible.
Same.
Yeah, I sort of clam up. Yeah, like I went to his cousin's wedding, and I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm shy.
I get shy when I meet people for the first time that I'm like, I think I'm going to have to see you again.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to think I'm like insanely weird. So I'm just like very quiet, and it takes me a minute to warm up.
Totally.
Yeah. And I don't know how to fix that. But if I know I'm never going to see you again, or like I don't care, I'm like, woohoo, I'm a real Looney Tune. I have a nice time.
Don't you think most people they know of you before they meet you? I bet. Like, have you met your boyfriend's family?
I have. And I think they did know who I was, but nobody let on. And everyone was very, very kind, but I was like very nervous about it. Like, I didn't realize I had anxiety until maybe this was like 2 years ago. But like, whenever I get anxious, I start moving very fast and then not doing anything. So like, I'll be like doing my makeup and be like, oh, I have to put on a shirt. And then I'll put on a shirt and be like, that doesn't work. And then I'll be shirtless again. And then I'll like try to finish my makeup.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like moving, and I'm like, I don't.
That's me 1,000,000,000,000,000%.
I don't know how people do that all day, every day.
Yeah, it's really tough. So was it Cursed Friends that gave you anxiety?
It was. It was that beautiful movie, Cursed Friends Forever, that you can't stream anywhere. I really don't think you can stream it anywhere.
Wouldn't it? Because it's a CBS Viacom property, so wouldn't it be on like Paramount Plus?
Maybe. Do you have Paramount Plus?
I do not.
I do, because I've been watching Yellowjackets. It's really good.
Is it good?
I fucking love Yellowjackets.
Oh, damn.
It's one of my favorite shows. Them bitches be eating each other. Spoiler. Okay, here's another spoiler. One of my favorite lines from the show is the character Taissa comes out and she's like, what happened? And then the person she's dating says, you don't remember? We ate her. Taissa, you ate her face. And it's said with such calmness.
Oh, no.
Because that's the reality of their situation. They're stranded in the woods and they start eating each other. Oh, Lord.
Is it likely they're going to get saved, or this is just their life that they now have to continue eating each other because they're so bad at like catching bunnies or something?
Well, there was no bunnies. It was the winter.
Oh. Oh, yes.
They do get rescued at some point, but we're in season 3 and they're not rescued yet. But it flashes back from that time period to present day. So like they're not in the woods present day. So somehow they leave the woods.
Okay.
I like it. I think you should watch it.
Well, I got to see Landman at some point. I don't know
what's Landman.
No, it's another one of these like Taylor Sheridan shows.
Oh.
That man is propping up that industry.
He really is. And I love it. He's like, I'm going to tell tales about the old West. And I'm like, okay. Then Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren are in them. And I'm like, what?
God. Miriam.
That's not her name?
Mirren? Yeah, Helen Mirren.
That was
Dame
humiliating. I'm humiliated.
No. Oh, no. Do you remember on our movie that everyone quit because there were no safety regulations and it was the peak COVID?
We went through 3 rounds of makeup artists. And at one point, I was also concurrently working on Nailed It at the time.
Yeah.
And Nailed It was all daytime shoots.
Oh, my God.
And then Cursed Friends was all nighttime shoots. And I slowly lost my mind.
Oh.
Because I was also dating someone who needed my time.
Yes.
And I didn't have time.
I remember.
My God. And at one point, I was like, these are the same makeup people. They're just older. Like it was like the same iteration of these. It was like a redhead, a brunette, and then like a short one. And then when I came back, they were old. And I was like, Am I okay?
Okay, but do you remember the most maddening thing, and I think the cruelest thing anyone's ever done to an actress is force you to have fake nails that were glued.
They were glued to my fingers.
They were glued to your fingers, and it was 107 degrees.
And my costume was a flannel.
Yeah.
I wore a wig, a flannel, jeans, Doc Martens, and had these nails glued to my hands. And the FX man didn't know how to, or didn't make them so they just slid on. So they were glued to me, and I couldn't use the bathroom. So then, I mean, I could,
but you
it was
stopped
a
drinking
whole
water.
production. So I stopped drinking water. So I was delirious, dehydrated.
It was, was so.
I am 8 different colors in this movie because the makeup artists all use different makeup products. And I would look in the mirror and be like, she's different today.
That was a mesopotamia. But
it was wild.
You and Harvey made me laugh more than anything in the whole world.
It was a good
that
time.
Was very fun.
It also cut together great.
I know.
When I watched it, I was like, wow, we did it.
I know.
Laura, what a fun time.
The director, Laura, did a great job.
Laura Murphy, who I know from Girl Code.
Yes.
So it was really fun to be like, look where we are now. We're making a fucking movie. We started, doing Girl Code in a conference room at MTV where it was smaller than this studio. And then we're here in Hollywood.
I know. You were such a good sport about it. I know you were quietly losing your mind, but you were pleasantly demented.
Thank you. Thank you. Put it on my gravestone. Pleasantly demented. I also got into a fight with the dude I was seeing at the time. And I do not remember this, but apparently one night when I was getting my makeup taken off, I told the blonde makeup artist about it. And I came in the next day and she was like, honey, how are you? And I was like, good. And she was like, did you get everything figured out? And I was like, yes.
What?
And she was like, you were sobbing last night. And I was like, I was sobbing? She was like, you were sitting in my chair sobbing about this fight that you had. And I was like, I simply don't remember. I simply, truly do not remember. And that's when I was like, I feel wild. I'm losing chunks of time.
Oh, no.
And then when I watched Nailed It, things happened that I didn't remember. I was like, well, that was really funny. I have no idea where that came from.
Holy shit.
Sleep deprivation is real.
Oh, yeah.
And
it truly makes you insane.
No idea until that moment. But you know what? Nothing. I got nothing.
I just remember sometimes I would look over at you and you would it was so clear you had completely switched off so that you couldn't feel anything. And I would just see you just blankly kind of smiling, just being like, and I was like, oh no, sweet baby Nicole.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just turn off but be pleasant.
She's not doing good, but she's being so nice about it.
You just be nice and then you go, I'm sorry. There were several times I'd get direction and I'd be like, I'm really sorry, I need you to repeat that. It just didn't take. It didn't go in. It hit me in the head and I just didn't. I can't do it. Harvey and I were little monsters on Harvey Guillen, who I love. We were little monsters on that set. At one point, I can't even remember how it started, but we were like, Mitch, I remember Mitch was the PA and we were like, Mitch, you call us big fat fatties. Then we went to set and we're like, Mitch called us big fat fatties.
They kept saying out loud to everybody who would listen that Mitch had called them fat. He was fat shaming, fat
yes,
phobic.
He was
Mitch is fat phobic. Oh, Mitch.
I hope Mitch had a nice time. I had a wonderful time. Oh, to be on a set again. This episode of Why Won't You Date Me is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com has vacation rentals and hotels across the U.S. And truly, they have the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone. I'm talking about your sleep light, early riser mom, your picky partner, or the whole high maintenance group chat. Whether you're planning a romantic weekend, a friend's trip, or just need to get out of your house because you're tired of looking at the same four walls, Booking.com has you covered. When I'm traveling to a new city, I'm always looking to stay at like a cute new boutique hotel, and I want something unique, a little glam, a place with a velvet couch, maybe a clawfoot tub, and the windows that overlook the city. I want to be located in the city so I can shop around and then come back to do my beautiful makeup in a gorgeous bathroom and take a selfie in an amazing room for the gram that will make my ex jealous. It's a tough ask, but I've always found what I'm looking for on Booking.com. So I know you can too. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. Let's talk about aging for a second. Not in a scary way, just in a real way, where you suddenly notice, my scalp looks a little sparse? Or wait, did I always have this much hair in my shower drain? That's why I love what OneSkin is doing. Their original OS1 peptide made waves for skin, and now they've brought it to your scalp with OS1 hair. It's a science-backed scalp serum that targets cellular aging because, yes, your scalp is skin too. And when it ages, it messes with your hair growth cycle. I've been using OneSkin's face and body moisturizer, and I swear, my skin just feels more resilient. And now I've started using OS1 hair around my hairline, where I've noticed it thinning a little bit, and I'm so hopeful that it's gonna keep things full and fabulous. Whether you're noticing shedding hair that feels thinner than it used to, or you just wanna take care of your scalp like you do with your skin, this stuff is worth it. OneSkin is doing the work at a cellular level, not just smoothing over symptoms. Founded and led by an all-women team of skin longevity scientists, OneSkin's redefining the aging process with their proprietary OS1 peptide. Get 15% off with code DATEME at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code DATEME. After your purchase, they'll ask you, where'd you hear about them? Please support my show and tell them that I sent you. Invest in health and longevity of your skin and scalp with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. Was that your first lead role in a movie? No.
It was my first time being number one on a call sheet.
How did that feel?
I felt more responsibility, and the fact that things were crumbling around us. And I'm such a fan of yours and Harvey's. I was like, I feel partially responsible, but Harvey taught me not my circus, not my monkeys. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing the best I can with what I'm given. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna stay positive, and good Lord.
And then the last day, I was driving to set, which was in Santa Clarita. I think we were at Disney Ranch.
Disney Ranch, yeah.
And I get a phone call, and they're like, Jessica has COVID. And I was like, okay, so what's the plan? And they're like, we'll call you back in 10 minutes. Continue to head here. And I was like, okay.
And then it was a false negative.
Yes, because—
or false positive.
Because their tests were all old or something.
No, they bought cheap, imitation tests because that's a way to save money. And I remember that's why 80% of people tested positive the first week. And that's why the makeup artists all quit. Harvey tested positive.
Yes, and then they sequestered him by himself in the woods.
Porta potty in the woods.
In the woods.
And
we'd go
the disrespect with which they treated Harvey Guillen, the busiest man in Hollywood.
It was so funny to walk over and be like, Harvey, you sick diva.
And then it turns out I wasn't even sick.
And then did we do another day, or did you just come later?
We did another day. I remember I sobbed, and they were like, can you go get tested again, by a legit service?
Yes.
And I tested negative, and they're like, okay, we're just going to do it all tomorrow, I guess. Good God. It was crazy.
I feel like maybe I didn't even shoot anything that day. I think I went for lunch, and then they sent me home.
That sounds about right.
Oh, man.
We were all walking on that street. It was all, everything was Halloween-y, and we were all walking down the street in our costumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. I was so hot all day.
It was really bad.
In my little, triple banger honey wagon.
Oh my God.
And I'd be blasting the air conditioning. And then I brought my own Febreze because I was like, I'm going to be sweating in this, and I don't know if it's going to get laundered. Because sometimes they just dry clean shit, and you're like, this is still funky.
Oh, God.
Wash it. Use soap and water. What are we doing?
It's flannel. It's a cotton.
Yeah. And at one point I was wearing overall. They had me in so much clothing.
They were trying to kill you.
Yes. But you know what? I think it's a good movie if you could find it.
Yeah, it is. Cursed Friends. Get it in your eyeballs.
It's a good Halloween movie.
It is good. You're so funny in it. You and Harvey are so fucking
thank you.
funny.
I think you're very funny in it.
Thanks.
Cursed Friends is available to stream on Apple TV and Paramount Plus.
Thank you,
Hey, y'all.
Mars. I love it. And we're not sponsored by Paramount Plus or Apple TV. But, you know,
We could be.
watch it. Let us get some residues. I just cashed a residual check for 45 cents. And I said, that was rude. It took me at least a minute to open it
Yeah.
with these nails.
Stop wasting my time.
And then I had to endorse it. And then I had to go to the bank for 45 cents.
I just do automatic.
Would it?
Like, you can make it so all your residuals are just automatically deposited. If you need to fire your business manager, I'm going to be your business manager because I'm currently not working.
I mean, I think they did say I could send it to them, but I kind of like going to the bank.
Yeah.
I love watching the machine suck up the checks.
That's real fun. Yeah. You do a little sucky?
Just a little sucky.
Yeah, you like a
I like to
little
watch things get sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Suck up my check, Wells Fargo.
Snort that up like cocaine.
Yeah.
Your little pink nostril.
Yeah, you love it. And that's how I come.
Only at Wells Fargo?
Only in my car at the ATM at Wells Fargo. I didn't know this, but Sashir, my bestie Sashir, she was like, whenever you see a Wells Fargo, you go, oh, there's a Wells Fargo. I guess I like to mentally note.
That's my guy.
But it won't even be in California. Like, I'll be anywhere else. And we were in New Orleans and I was like, oh, Wells Fargo. What? What am I doing? Also, when I was in New Orleans, I fell in love with this man at this restaurant. He was Creole. And we didn't have a reservation. And I was like, oh, it's just two of us. And he said, I'm so sorry, we are fully committed this evening. But if you ladies have time tomorrow, you can come back tomorrow. And I was so wet. I was like, oh my God. And he was fine as hell. And he had this like little gold chain on his black turtleneck.
How old is he? Because in my mind, he's like 84.
No, young. He was, I would say like late 20s, early 30s.
Little Unaka Rochambeau.
God, yes.
Get a little gumbo.
My God, I would have eaten his fucking gumbo. And that means asshole to me. And he was just, every time he walked into the dining room, we were like, oh my God. Like, he was so hot. And we went back the next day and I put on a full face of makeup. I put on a dress for this man that I have a boyfriend. And I would never do anything with somebody else, but I was like, I need this man to find me attractive.
Yeah.
And he went, welcome back, ladies. And I was like, oh my God, he remembered me.
Amazing.
He was so hot. Oh my God. I fell in love so many times in New Orleans.
I like any sort of southern accent.
Have you been to New Orleans?
I have not, and I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Nashville. I've never been to New Orleans.
New Orleans is fucking great. We went to this jazz festival where there was like an all-female brass band, and we just danced for 2 hours listening to like big brass music. It was just, and there's a parade every Sunday.
That's the shit.
They have fun there. Ugh. There was a lady reading tarot cards, sipping on a fireball, and I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing their own fucking thing. It's so fun. And then there's beignets.
You watch 90 Day Fiancé?
Of course I do.
I know, of course. Stupid question.
I have a podcast about it. It's called 90 Day Bay. It's on Patreon.
Oh, shit. When she brought that Iranian man to New Orleans.
And he was losing his, like, off the plane from Iran.
Yeah. That's not boiling a frog slowly. That's just like this.
And he was like, oh, you can't do any of this in Iran. It was so wild.
It's the best show.
What do you think about the throuple?
Ay, Dios.
They're not for me.
No.
Because if you don't watch 90 Day, it's a throuple. It's a married couple bringing a third in.
With the kids.
They're going to divorce. So then
he can
one
marry
of them,
her.
yes, can marry her, bring her over. And I was like, this is a bad idea. This is not smart.
And the their girlfriend doesn't even like them that much.
No.
I think she likes like having sex with them.
I
but
think so, but she doesn't want to be in a relationship
she
with
doesn't
these
want to
people.
be like a mother, a stepmother,
No. Well, she also has kids of her own.
a steptrother.
A steptrother. Also, did you watch The Last Resort?
Yes.
90 Day The Last Resort, where couples who didn't work out go to couples therapy and tell these therapists the most toxic things. And
they
you
all
watch
hate
them
each other.
in real time be like, I don't think I can fix this, but maybe I say this to you. Stacy and Darcy are two of my favorite human beings.
They are incredible.
My God, they are entertainment. Ugh.
Darcy getting a full face on to work out on the bike so
And
she
then-
can have a talk with all the
She's
other.
like, my poofy hurts. My poofy. She's so funny. I love her so much.
How much plastic surgery can a 5'1" body take? They're asking
They
that
are going to
question.
test that
They
limit.
test the limits.
I love them.
I love them.
They don't. My favorite is like when they are like a car. They need maintenance.
Yes.
And you can tell when they need their maintenance because they'll have like 3 lashes over here, a full lash over here, a little wonky eye going on, some like old makeup around the. I love them so much.
They hurt my face. Like I can tell that their face hurts.
I don't know. I don't think they feel anything. And I'm here for it. Like people talk about their faces. I love the evolution. I love
when you see them in high school and they're like, we used to be bullied a lot. And they just look like completely different people.
I love them.
Oh my God.
I love them so much. And you know who I actually really love this season? We do have to wrap up, but Joan and Greg. Joan is from Uganda. Greg lives with his mother.
Oh, yes.
And will
He loves
not
cooking.
get a job.
Mhm. He's like, I actually got offered to be it's a high-paying job with
And
the
she was like,
government with a lot of benefits.
and he's like, and I said
no, because I got to be here to make bread for you.
This man hands out bread in a Rubbermaid Tupperware box. I was like, what?
His mom's mowing the lawn. He's like, oh, it's my mother. She's mowing the lawn.
And then the mom's like, how many showers a day do you take?
She goes,
3? Oh my God. There's too many showers. You got to slow down on the showers. I love 90 Day Fiancé. There was one season where a man's mother lived in a closet and they had.
I hated that one. And he had guinea pigs.
He had guinea pigs. Oh my God. Well, Jessica.
So wait, what's this episode about?
This is about dating and love and whatever the fuck I want. So, Jessica, do you have advice for single people?
Stay busy, stay open. So take a sewing class.
Yeah.
Play kickball. Like you're gonna
Okay.
meet people if you have like-minded skills and opportunities like that. Also get a dog.
Yes.
It's the best way to meet people.
You can go to the dog park. Arf, arf. Sorry, my dog peed on you. Are you free tonight?
It's weird to go up to a stranger and be like, what's your name? But if you have a dog, you say, what's your dog's name? Such a good
That
little
blew me away.
slide in.
That blew me away because you're absolutely right. If someone was like, what's your name? I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, what's your dog's name? I'm like, Clyde. Do you want to know everything about him? That's my friend.
Clyde.
Suck my titties. It's Clyde. Turn around, Clyde. Do you make your dog leave the room when you have sex?
Yeah. He can't be in there.
Same. It's weird.
Yeah.
I once fucked a man. His dog did not leave the room. His dog got on the bed. It got weird. Anyway, Jessica, I have a question. Would you date me?
Absolutely. Diva, anytime, any day.
Thank you. Well, if you like this episode of Why Won't You Date Me, you can like it, you can rate it, you can subscribe, you can give me 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And if you write me something nasty to Why Won't You Date Me podcast at gmail.com, hitting on me, I'll read it. And please submit them because are we running low?
We're doing okay. Thankfully, this one person sent us like 8 in a single email. So thank you, Alex.
Thank
It
you,
was me.
Alex. Alex sent a bunch. So this is from Alex. Hi, Nicole. I'd invite you over to my home recording studio to make a mukbang pussy eating video where I'd slurp up your pussy juices like a hot bowl of ramen. We'd totally go viral. Honestly, that's wild. How hot do you want my pussy?
What's mukbang?
It's where you eat a bunch. It's like those videos where like a content creator will put a bunch of food out and then they'll be like,
Oh, like ASMR? Like they like the sound
no,
of
I think
crunchy?
they just eat.
Oh, they just eat?
I think, right? It's the visual of it.
Yeah, it could be a little bit ASMR. I think it's a lot of the times just to keep other people company while they eat. So you like watch someone else eat while you eat and kind of keeps you company sort of thing. Yeah.
Sick. Sick. I love it.
We got to stop. What? Go outside. Go eat at a bar. Go meet people. We live online too much, says the woman who spends hours on Instagram every day. I'm so online.
It's sick.
Did you see that man, Ashton? He's a man who did his morning routine and was dipping his head in ice cubes and lemons.
Oh, my mom told me about him. It was the first time she knew about a thing before me. He drinks the Saratoga water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my hotel when I was in Austin had Saratoga water. So I took a picture and sent it to a friend. I was like, we got to get to 10,000. And I was like, very few people would get this joke. I'm so online. Anyway, that's the episode. Bye.
Amazing. And just checking, Jessica, do you have anything you want to promote? Or?
Sorry.
No.
Jessica, do you have anything you want to promote?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
My credit card points.
Credit card points. Also, you can watch Wrecked. It was originally on TBS, and I assume it's on...
No, you can't find it anywhere.
Just kidding. You can watch
Minx.
Minx. Is it the Minx?
No.
Oh, fuck. I fucked up your intro.
I listened to your Lennon episode. It's just Minx.
And you know what's funny? It says Minx on here, and I thought that was wrong. So I corrected it wrongly.
No. The Minx is also a great name. It was the Mick. If you're thinking of that. It was the Mick and it's Minx.
Oh my God, this is so, I'm bad.
No.
But you can watch Minx on HBO? No. Showtime? Paramount Plus.
Stars.
Fuck,
Correct?
man.
I watched it. It's on Crave TV in Canada, the first 2 seasons.
Ooh,
I watched it
go to
there.
Canada.
What?
You can watch it.
Okay, everyone fly to Toronto.
And
watch
then
Minx.
Righteous Gemstones is on HBO. Only watch the episodes that Jessica is in so
Season
she can
2.
get residues.
Oh, yeah, we like residues.
We love residues, whether it's 52 cents or $1. Okay, see you later, everyone.
Bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.